And I want you to find the thing you believe most strongly than anything else. Positive belief. Something that you absolutely 100% have absolute concrete certainty about. I want you to point to where you feel that. I want you to imagine that floating in the space around you is a picture that represents that belief. Reach out and touch that first impression. Don't try so hard, Rick. Go with your first impression. It's not going to match what you consciously think it should be. It never does.
Something positive?
Something strong. So we would like it to be positive. You know, if your strongest belief is that you're a worthless piece of shit, that's probably not the most useful set of things, right? Look at it. Notice how big it is. Notice if it's in color or black and white. First impression. Is it moving or is it still? How close is it to your body? Is there any sound? Any tones? Are there any feelings? Any interesting distinctions about those feelings? Is it in one place or more than one place? Right? Are there any tastes or smells connected to it? I want you to really examine all the sensory attributes of that belief and make a snapshot of it. Just to make sure it's the right one, grab a hold of it, lift it over your head, pull it down through your entire body, and notice what happens. Surprise! Very good. Now put it back out there. Open your eyes. Think about what you're going to have for breakfast tomorrow. You're not going to have much, are you? Right. Close your eyes. Scan your life. Look for a belief that you'd like to change. As soon as you find it, doesn't matter what it is at this point, but something you want to change. Maybe something you'd like to have stronger, something you'd like to have weaker, doesn't really matter. I want you to notice where in your body you feel that and point to it. Reach out, touch the picture connected to that feeling. Trace the edges of it with both of your hands so you know how big it is. That's right. Now grab the edges of it. Just to make sure it's the right one, expand it like you would the windows on your iPhone and notice what happens to the feelings in your body. A little bigger, Rick. That's right. Excellent. And look at it. Notice the colors. Is it color or black and white? Is it moving or still? Is there sound? Are there feelings? Is there a taste? A smell? Take a really vivid snapshot of exactly that. Now, open your eyes, put your hands down, think about what you're going to have for breakfast a week from now. Now, how many people had a positive belief they wanted to be stronger? Raise your hands. All right, how many people had a negative belief they wanted to be weaker? Okay. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to take the belief, you're going to call up the belief. Actually, we're going to create one more resource. I want you to think of something that is a ridiculous belief, something that you just know is absolute bullshit, like the earth is flat. Some of you might actually believe that shit. Right? That Trump is a good guy, that Hillary is honest. Right? I don't care what it is, as long as you know in your heart of hearts that that belief is absolute and utterly untrue. Or ridiculous, ludicrous, if you might. Why don't you close your eyes? Point to where you feel that. Right. Notice there's a picture floating in the space around you that represents that feeling, that belief. Reach out and touch it. Trace the edges of it with both of your hands so you know how big it is. Look at the colors in the picture. Is it color or is it black and white? Is it moving or is it still? Is it one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional? Is it fuzzy? Is it clear? Are there any sounds to it? Any tones? Is it loud? Is it soft? Is it silent? Are there any feelings? Where are those feelings? Are they in more than one place? Do they move? Do they vibrate? Do they pulse? Are there any tastes? Salty, sweet, sour, bitter? Vomitous? Are there any smells? Does it stink? Okay. Take a vivid snapshot of it. And then open your eyes and think about what you're going to have for dinner. Very good. Now close your eyes. Now I want you to call up two pictures. The picture of that ridiculous belief, that ludicrous, stupid thing. And then right next to it, I want you to pull up that less than positive belief that you'd like to change. Hold the pictures side by side and notice what's different between them. Notice what attributes versus the picture that's ridiculous versus the picture of something you want to change. Notice the colors. How are they different? Or the visuals. Notice the auditories. How are they different? The kinesthetics, the feelings. How are they different? The olfactories, the gustatories, the tastes. And all I want you to do is once you know which attributes are different, I want you to take that belief that you want to change and change all the qualities and attributes of that picture to the one that exactly matches that ridiculous or weak belief. Take all the time you need. Shrink that picture down just a little bit. Move it into that same location where that weak or ridiculous belief is stored. And expand it and notice what happens. And try to take that old belief seriously now. Notice what happens instead. When you know you've got it, you've tested it, open your eyes and notice how different you feel. Just keep moving into that spot till it locks into place. Then try to take it out and notice what happens instead. What happened, Zach? What'd you notice, Kazi? Come out of trance.
Yeah.
Stuff shifts really quick with this. What did you notice, Sophia? I know that look.
Well, first it was hard to remember which one was which, but this time I actually got it, and now that whole belief is just silly.
Silly? Oh, shit. Silly? What happens when you make that silly belief even bigger? It's more ridiculous. Oh, it's just so ridiculous. Cynthia, what happened?
I was surprised when I noticed certain attributes which my mind would have said, oh, well, this one should be this way and that one should be that way, and had to just tell that part to shut up and start changing it, make the one ridiculous.
Yeah. And what happened?
It started to help, and I got it with the size. And
Good. Rick, what happened?
What happened is what didn't happen. I couldn't come up with something ridiculous. Isn't that ridiculous?
That is ridiculous. Point to where you feel that ridiculous belief.
Pardon?
Point to where you feel that ridiculousness. Yeah. And there's a picture out there that connected to where you're pointing, right? Reach out and touch that. First impression.
There's a picture connected with this.
Yeah. Imagine there's a picture floating in the space around you connected with that ridiculous thing. Reach out and touch it.
Okay.
Just pretend.
Okay.
Yeah. Trace the edges of it with both of your hands so you know how big it is. Good. Now, you know how you expand the windows on your iPhone to see things better? Grab the edges of it and make it twice the size and notice what happens. Now bring it to half its size and notice what happens. Now make it even smaller. Yeah. Now find the place and the size that you like the best. Yeah. Take all the time you need. Play with it. It's your neurology. You can do whatever you want. There you go. Now, if there was a belief you'd like to change, make it look like that belief in terms of its qualities, and then move it into that spot and notice what happens to the feelings in your body.
They kind of go with it. Don't they?
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
And just keep moving it into that spot until it locks into place.
Okay.
And then when it locks into place, try to take it out and notice what happens instead.
It's not moving.
Oh, good. Open your eyes. Notice how different you feel.
Okay. A little relief.
Yeah. You guys enjoy the show?
Oh, yeah.
See, we all have tremendous, tremendous control over our own neurology once we know how to access the dashboard that controls it. Right? Most of us don't understand that the imagination and the conscious mind have to work together to do this. It's not just fantasy, although fantasy plays an important role. The mediator, the connecting link is the body. So what you're going to do now is very simple. You're going to go into an induction, you're going to deepen, you're going to go to the gray room, you're going to go through every belief and sort them. Things I want to keep, things I want to change. The things that are really strong, that are positive, you want to look at those, say, that's the attributes of a strong belief. Those are the attributes of a ridiculous belief. And you're going to just go through your belief system and change them. When they're all changed, do a kinesthetic check. Try to bring them, keep moving them into those locations until they're impossible to bring out. Integrate them back into the body. And then we'll come back with the next piece. Okay?
Wait, one more time.
Modified gray room belief change. Instead of throwing the shit in the fire, now you're going to bring up your positive beliefs. Do an inventory of submodalities. The ones you want to change one to the other.
We don't need the ridiculous one.
Well, again, the idea is if this is a negative belief, something that is a strong negative belief, you want to change it to the submodalities of a weak or ridiculous belief. If it's a positive belief that's just weak, you want to change it to a strong belief, right? So you can do one or the other or all of them, right? So think of it as two separate processes or two sides of the same propulsion system, which is what I think they were trying to do with that other manual. Is they were trying to say, okay, let's change your strong negative belief to a weak or non-existent negative belief, and then change your strong belief, the one that was in conflict with this one, to the strong one, right? So keep it simple. If you have negative beliefs you want to just get rid of, change them to the stuff that no longer matters. If you have a positive belief but it's weak compared to some of the other stuff, change it to the submodalities of a strong belief. But if you have a strong negative belief that's in conflict with a weak positive belief, now you need to do both, right? Change the strong negative to a weak or ridiculous or non-existent one. Change the weak positive to a strong positive, right? And you do this within a formal trance. Okay? We'll do this piece, then we'll come back and we'll add the next part. So,
Treat it in partnership.
yep, partner drill. Yep, you're going to do this as a hypnotic intervention. The NLP people can do it straight if they want, or they could just notice, experiment both outside of a formal trance and within the constructs or the confines of the 4 Magic Bullets induction in the gray room, which is what I want you guys to do because everything stacks. Okay?
Okay.
Go play. 40 minutes.
Sounds like it?
Yes.